Yo, shout outs to Dr. Disaster. This is Intergalactic. Oh, there we go. We got a super chat. Says, fuck RTU, 8-bit Eric for the W. Thank you so much, Denna Timms. I appreciate that. So, yeah, this is Dr. Disaster. It says, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet plot leaks appear to be real. Naughty Dog confirms large chunks. So I'm wondering if this is in relation to the Neil Druckmann interview.
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the dread pirate Dr. Disaster. And one of the worst characteristics of Naughty Dog over the last decade or so has been this attitude.
By the way, I love Dr. Disaster's like fucking setup and stuff like that.
Where they just don't care at all about what gamers are asking for.
No, sir, I don't like it.
We don't care.
Let me tell
No, sir, I don't like it.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
That is what led The Last of Us 3 to be essentially canceled, as Naughty Dog head Neil Druckmann announced the other day. And
they still need to make a Last of Us Part 3. They need to.
you know, on the one hand, I can respect artistic integrity and choosing to make the thing that you want to make as an artist, but that really only makes sense for certain kinds of artists. If I were a painter and I painted a picture that I like, but nobody buys it, what am I out? A few hours of my time, some paint, and a canvas, not a big deal. But if a massive AAA game studio suddenly decides to make what they want to make without taking into consideration what the customers like, well, suddenly you're out tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. But
dude, yeah. Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann do not give a fuck about what we want. It was proven when they made Last of Us Part 2, which I think other than, you know, the obvious, it could have been a good game. Even if, you know, my main problem with it was way too long and I just didn't like Abby, right? And then it just seems like now with this Intergalactic game coming out, they still have some kind of weird message that they want to get across. And I talked about this the other day when I reacted to Smash JT's video about it. The whole plot about this being a planet that in 600 years they have had no communication from somebody, but it's like a religion, some kind of religion that has changed like the timeline of the world, and it's like an alternate timeline, or I don't know. None of it sounds fun, but Neil has lost the plot. He's fucking woke as shit.
But in this interview here with
8-bit Eric was there. I wanted to eat his ass. Absolutely.
The Grateful Gamer donated $2 through Super Chat. There's only one Last Us game. We don't need a 3.
Thank you, Grateful Gamer. If we could get a good 3, I'd like it. I also would like a Days Gone number 2. A Days Gone 2 would be good, right?
Neil Druckmann on the PlayStation.
Hey, it's me, and HG says if this game flops, is his career over? No, I think he still has some shots. I don't think Naughty Dog is in trouble as a studio, right? I don't think they're in trouble as a studio. I think they still have a lifeline compared to places like Ubisoft.
PlayStation YouTube channel. That is exactly what Druckmann and his interviewer said. They said they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they said they don't give a shit. Like, flat out. They literally just said it, like, flat out. Like, who gives a shit?
What gamers want.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic
I love that. I love that from Billy Madison.
things I have ever heard.
And actually, believe it or not, that wasn't the most ludicrous thing that they talked about in this interview. Do you guys remember a few months back, right after Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet had its reveal trailer,
Which got super disliked, by the way. This trailer for this game has gotten super disliked. But if you go to the comments of this interview from this podcast, I forget what it's called, they're like literally glazing Naughty Dog in this game. Like to the point where it feels like it's paid shills almost.
there was a supposed plot leak circulating online which was extremely detailed. It coincided perfectly with what we saw in the trailer, and it was just stupid and bad enough that one could easily believe that Naughty Dog would do it.
at this point, the benefit of a doubt is out of the way, guys. Especially with what they did with Last of Us Part 2. The all bets are off. There's no doubt anymore. There's no benefit of a doubt anymore with Naughty Dog.
After all, the studio was stupid enough to believe that gamers would be interested in playing as a character.
I hate that image. This image of the fucking protagonist. Forget what their name is off the top of my head. But I hate this. I hate this sarcastic girl boss nonsense that we see all the time.
That looks like this.
You're ugly!
Well, in this interview here, Druckmann listed off a shitload of details about the game, and in it he confirmed chunks of the information from the leak, which the mainstream media swore was fake, by the way.
Why would the mainstream media, do damage control? Oh, because they're all woke as shit? That's exactly why.
But Druckmann confirmed that chunks of the plot leaks are real, so pour one out for good taste, and if you are at all worried about spoilers for this turd of a game, just know that we are going to read through this stuff moving.
I'm not worried about spoilers for this. Are you guys worried about spoilers for this game? I think this is going to be another case of Veilguard for me. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale or become like a PlayStation Plus game before I even touch it. So I don't care about spoilers.
Moving forward.
You have been warned.
Love the music. By the way, show them some love. If you're not subscribed yet, I'm going to post the link down below. You guys can go show some love. All right, let's continue. Love the music.
8-Bit Eric was there. I wanted to eat his ass. Absolutely.
The Grateful Gamer donated $2 through Super Chat. Correction, Intergalactic, the hairless nonprofit.
Intergalactic, the hairless nonprofit. Thank you so much, Grateful Gamer. Appreciate that.
But alright, we need to dig right into this Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet stuff. The backlash to this game was legendarily bad when it was revealed back in December.
If the sad clown says that the games are really fun, I might be able to look past the ugly characters and gender shit, but the games are bland. I mean, that's it. That's right off the tail of it.
The trailer got 2.5 million views, and they were ratioed with 100.
Dude, they got destroyed in the dislikes, y'all. Super destroyed in the dislikes.
106,000 likes to 286,000 dislikes, making it one of the most disliked videos on the internet for last year.
Oh, man, you gotta love it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
People hate the look of this game, and especially they hate the design of the character. But
Foxtails, I'll probably play this if it goes on sale quick, or if it becomes a PlayStation Plus monthly game really quick. I'm not day one-ing this. I'm not day one-ing Intergalactic.
with that context in mind, here is a list of all the details that Druckmann confirmed in his interview.
So yeah, this interview, I made a video reacting to Smash's video about this interview, but
when combined with what we see in the trailer, the plot leak that we read a few months back looks a hell of a lot more plausible. Let's reread the plot leaks so that we're all on the same page. If you look here, it says, plot and gameplay details revealed below was sent to a handful of gaming journalists, the most notable of whom includes Jason Schreier, but they
fuck Jason Schreier.
They are debating whether or not to share it. The leaker is supposedly a disgruntled Naughty Dog staff member who...
Now, take all this with a grain of salt, by the way, because this is 4chan. So there's no confirmation or anything like that. Take it with a grain of
Takes
salt.
the direction the company is going as Druckmann gets more powerful and influential, part of the reason why Schreier is hesitant to give the okay. My friend in an exclusive gaming journalist Discord server sent me this summary of the leak. It says, the player character Jordan was a member of the Five Aces, a band of notorious criminals. The leader, Luis, disappeared without a trace, causing the five to drift apart. The reason for Jordan's shaved head, the absurd reaction to
I'm a streamer. Are normal people going to play it is what I want to know. I mean, I'm a normal person too. I would like to say that normal people could think for themselves. They don't need streamers.
which Naughty Dog fully expected, is to serve the hiding of her identity as she is a wanted criminal. Jordan works as a bounty hunter purely as a means to find her former partners.
So Jordan's a bounty hunter, girl boss type.
Particularly Luis, who she sees as a father figure. Kumail Nanjiani plays Colin, the comic relief of the crew. The tutorial and opening mission is on Simperia's moon, leading to Jordan chasing Colin into space.
None of this sounds fun, by the way. None of this plot leak sounds fun.
An important note from the leak is that there will be no space combat. The aforementioned segment is a cutscene.
No space combat? You have a space game and there's no space combat.
As they fly into Simperia's atmosphere, an EMP wave disables both ships, leading them to crash in different locations. The bulk of the game is described as an open-world Uncharted mixed with sci-fi elements.
See, so I do enjoy open-world games. So at least it's that, right? At least it's that.
The majority of enemy combatants are AI-driven machines, but
AI-driven machines are majority
with
of
a wide variety of types. Melee, ranged, and even vehicle combat are in the game.
Now, when I looked at the trailer, or at least some of it, I got like a Returnal vibe. Like, it's almost like the same exact plot of Returnal. Like, you're alone in space on an alien planet. Weird machine type of enemies attacking you. It seemed pretty depressing, to be completely honest. The whole game seemed depressing.
The base of operations in the game is your crashed ship, which can be customized. As you find each member of your old crew, they will join you on the ship. The gist of the plot is that Luis sent a message to all members of the Five, excluding Jordan, to meet him on this planet. They were specifically instructed to come alone and not to mention this to the other members. Once 3 members of the crew, besides Luis, join you, the game takes a hard turn. An underground dwelling race of aliens known as Simperians kidnap Jordan's teammates, the ship, with all...
Well, it's like Naughty Dog only knows how to make sad, depressing shit. Which, don't get me wrong, Last of Us was a masterpiece. Last of Us 2, not so much, but it's like you're basically you only know how to make games that make you feel alone and depressed and sad and have some kind of weird girl boss message with them.
All its decoration and customization is destroyed, inspired by Mass Effect 2's Collector's Event. The Simperians resemble humans with some notable differences, including the ability to sprout large insect legs that allow them to scale walls, as well as night vision. With more of a survival horror shift, you make your way through underground tunnels to try and save your crew. Eventually, you reach where they are held, where it's revealed Luis is preparing to execute them in front of a horde of angry Simperians.
How many of you guys think all this plot leak is legit? After this whole interview, if you watched the interview with Neil, how much do you think of this is legit, actually? Considering this is a 4chan post?
Jordan interrupts, begging to know why Luis is doing this. Luis explains
Matthew says his game is ripping off the Alien movie with the space crew.
The big twist of the game, that the Simperians were once human who were teleported to the planet thousands of years ago as a side effect of the quantum experimentation needed to develop distant spacefaring technology. The quantum influence on their genetics rapidly advanced the stages of evolution to help them adapt to Simperia's harsh environment. When Luis crashed on the planet, he found himself empathizing with their race, promising to help support their desire to return to Earth. The Simperian religion...
Sad Clown says they think it's legit. Charlie says, yep. I mean, I don't know, man. Nothing about this sounds fun, though. I'll be completely honest. Nothing about it sounds fun. I think I'm going to wait until it goes on sale, like I said.
Founded by the Heretic Prophet, stated generations upon generations would suffer until a Messiah arrived to lead some.
Let me guess, she's going to become the Messiah. We're going to have a girl boss become the Messiah. Watch.
Syrians to their ancestral home where they would reclaim the land and purge its inhabitants. The AI software and battle machinery on the planet was constructed over thousands of years to assist in invading Earth. However, the technology needed for a ship to pierce Simperia's atmosphere without being disabled by its unique qualities could not be figured.
Simperian sounds kind of cool, though. Well, somebody said simp. It's like a reference to being a simp, I guess.
Out. Jordan is forced to watch as each of her companions are shot in the head by Luis. She begs to know why he's doing this. Luis informs her she was never meant to be here. It's why he didn't call her to come. He was using his former partner's presence on the planet as a means to an end. It's revealed that Luis informed Galactopol that 4 of the 5 aces would be on Simperia, and a fleet of police ships outfitted with EMP countering tech arrive at the planet. Luis has an affection for Jordan, so he orders the Simperians to detain her while they fight Galactopol and take their ships. Jordan escapes, and the final act has the player tear through a...
Foxtail says, nope, this might even get a new Hill versus Babyface rant. Fucking pronouns.
war zone between the two sides, ultimately resulting in Jordan chasing Luis down and killing him as he operates a huge tank. Luis's dying words are to ask Jordan to continue his work, that the Simperians deserve to see their home again. The player has the choice to use the tank to destroy Simperian robots, leaving them defenseless to be slaughtered by Galactopol, or destroy Galactopol's ships. After either choice is made, you find Luis's old ship and fly into space, the ending depending on which choice you made.
And none of that sounds fun at all. Just sounds like a whole bunch of fucking nothing. Bunch of boring ass girl boss shit that I'm not interested in fucking playing. Push one in the chat if you think that you're interested in checking this game out day one. There's no way I'm going to play this day one.
Okay, so now that we have that refresher, let's look at what Druckmann confirmed in the interview. All of these facts line up perfectly with the leak. Druckmann said the game is set 2,000 years in the future. It's an alternate universe where the timeline deviates from ours in the 1980s. A mysterious new...
So it's an alternate timeline from the 1980s. Don't fuck with our 1980s, guys.
Religion forms around this time and starts to take hold. That falls right in line with the plot leaks. Naughty Dog spent years working on the timeline and how the religion changed throughout the years. Naughty Dog's previous games have always had an ally/companion, so they wanted you to feel lost and alone in a mysterious universe.
What's up, Casey's Raw?
This time, once again, this falls right in line with the plot that was leaked. You start out completely alone and isolated.
Matthew says the plot leak sounds depressing and boring to them.
And right after you find your missing crew members, they are taken and then you're isolated again. I really wanted to make a game about faith and religion, but also about being lonely. No one has been heard from on this planet for 600 years. That sounds an awful lot like the Simperia described in the leak.
JG says the religion awoke. That's exactly what this religion is going to be that's in this video game. It's going to be the religion of woke.
Druckmann talks about how Half-Life 2 and Monkey Island inspired the gameplay, but in that next bullet point it says, with The Last of Us 2, we made certain creative decisions that got us a lot of hate. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hated it. The joke is, you know what, let's do something that people won't care as much.
Melphis says hard pass, there's better games to play. See, that's the thing, is we're all going to hard pass it, and then Naughty Dog and PlayStation are going to blame us gamers for choosing not to play it. That's what always fucking happens, right?
Much about let's make a game about faith and religion. So once again, this sounds an awful lot like the world that is described to us in the plot leak, as Endymion wrote in response to this post.
Shouts to Endymion, by the way.
That we've been reading. Yeah, that story leak for Naughty Dog's next game is sounding more and more legit. Yikes. And I agree, it's looking more and more like we know the plot to this game already, and it sounds pretty bad. But I'm gonna leave it there. What do you make of all this? Do you think the plot leak sounds more plausible now?
Yeah, I think it sounds more plausible because it's fucking garbage. Matthew says, when I play this game to the end credits, if Neil Druckmann offers me $1 million. Yeah, I would do that. That'd probably be the only way that I play it to end credits.